And we're back with some tech tips. With technology changing so quickly, it's hard for many of us to keep up, and that can especially be true for senior citizens.
And that's why our tech expert, Stan Prager from GoGeeks in East Longmeadow, is here to give us some helpful advice. As always, Stan, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And what can you tell us today?
Happy Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah,
and,
exactly.
I was trying to come up with a theme that fit that, but I couldn't, so we skipped that.
Let's skip it.
But so how many people here have elderly relatives that deal with technology? Raise your hand. Okay.
Well,
so,
I hate to say it, but I saw some of your tips and I thought they could certainly apply for me.
Well, here's the thing. We've got probably half of our...
You said it, not me.
Yeah, I know.
Let me write that down.
Yeah.
No, but probably half of our clientele at GoGeeks are people in their 80s and 90s, believe it or not.
Wow.
And you know, it occurred to me that many of these folks run into the same kind of issues. Okay. First of all, I should say that some of them could train you. I mean, some of them are really,
Real savvy.
totally into it. Yeah, I've gotten into it. But for a lot of them, there's challenges because they came to the technology late in life. So it's more difficult. There's a little bit more of a curve. But there's a few commonalities, which I think if we address those, you can make life easier. First of all, you should go deal with when dealing with your elderly relatives, explain to them what Wi-Fi is. Okay, it's very important because Wi-Fi is a critical thing, and many people just don't understand what it means.
Right.
So you can use all kinds of metaphors. I often say, like TV channels, like this is your TV channel, and if you know the password to get into it, you can get it. A light bulb will go off. Okay, so that's important. And then take the password for the Wi-Fi and tape it to your grandmother's router, so that
They can't lose it.
Yeah, and so if a caregiver is over there, or a relative, or a friend, or something, and they want to use the Wi-Fi, or if they lose connectivity, they know what Wi-Fi is and they know where the password is located.
That's a good tip again for anyone, because many times the password is just a nonsensical string of letters and numbers that you really can't
Mine is
memorize.
right on my
Yeah, so you just tape
device.
it right there.
Absolutely. So the key is knowing where it is, and I mean, and you're right. This isn't just for seniors, but this can really make life easier because,
goodness.
you know, there's nothing worse for me than getting a phone call late at night from someone who's 90 years old who really counts on using the internet and they lost connectivity.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't really help them, you know, at that moment. So this can be a handy way to go. While we're on the password subject, there are critical passwords that everybody uses. We all have this problem, okay? Elderly folks can run into this more than anyone else. Get a list of their critical passwords that they use, their email, their banking, you know, credit union, things like this. Put it on a piece of paper and tape it to the inside of their desk drawer. So, because I can't help them. If they call me and they lost their Yahoo mail password, I can't recover
no
it.
idea
Okay?
what to do,
and neither
right?
can you. And we can just spin our wheels, and it can be an expensive, frustrating problem to solve that doesn't have to be there.
Now,
if it's
and
in the
imagine
desk drawer.
you wouldn't want to tape it to the computer itself because, God forbid, it's stolen or lost, then whoever took it has the passwords.
The reason I suggested putting it in the desk drawer is because often there'll be, you know, caregivers coming over or what have you.
Sure.
So, you know, you want to kind of limit it to who sees it. I mean, some people live alone and no one ever comes over, so it's not a problem. But tape to the inside of the desk drawer, it gives it some level of security to it, you know? So that's number two. Number three, identify the things they use on the computer most frequently and create shortcuts to their desktop.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing with websites. So, you know, the things they might use, like they play solitaire, you know, or
My
their
grandparents
email.
are on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go. So you can create, and if you don't know how to do this, by the way.
Yeah, but your grandparents are what, in
they're
their
savvy.
60s?
Carry on.
But of course they're on Facebook. They have to follow your adventures.
Oh, right.
So
Of course.
that's critical. But the point is that if you have, that's great. The point is if you have shortcuts to desktop, so if they play solitaire or their email program
It's
or what
easily
have you, it's on
accessible
there.
for them.
And if you don't know how to do it, go to Google and find out how to create shortcuts from websites. So if they have a credit union or someplace they visit frequently.
Bookmarks.
Yeah, but instead of a bookmark, create an icon on their desktop. They can just click on it
Click
and
it
go
and you're
right
good
to
to
that
go.
page. Exactly. So for instance, I've had many of the clients say, you know, your videos show up on Western Mass News sometimes, and we see it on there. You know, how do we easily find Western Mass News? So I'll create an icon on their desktop. So there's actually a number of people who are my clients that have Western Mass News icons on there.
See, there you
so they
go.
can click
Yet
on it
another
and
reason to love you, Stan.
well, you know, it's mutually beneficial, right?
Hey, have a great weekend. We're running out of time right
Yeah.
now, but great tips as always.
Thank you for being
Excellent.
here.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Thanks for having me.
Stay safe.